What we're gonna do right here is go back. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back.
Alright, welcome back to Kumasao Reviews. I'm TJ Duckett, and what we have here is the Fewture models EX Gokin. They're Shin Getter. They're Getter Robo, Getter 1. It wasn't actually called Shin Getter in the cartoon, but Shin Getter, you'll know once you see them aesthetically. And it also comes with Getter Machine Eagle. I also got the replacement wings for this because there were a variety of problems with the wings and how they're configured. Apparently it's pretty easily fixed, and I'm going to go ahead and do the fix on video here before I even review the figure. Don't buy this set without the replacement wings. Fewture did send out replacement wings for all of them that they shipped out to retailers and stuff like that. So if you buy one without the replacement wings, either somebody's selling you an incomplete set or they don't have them, which they should. You know, just buy it complete or don't buy it at all, because it's not worth risking if you can't fix one set of wings. At least then you'll have another pair to back up. That's what they're there for. So okay, taking this out of the box. Huge box. In fact, I just got the Super Robot Gokin J Decker, so you can see size comparison wise about where this lines up. And it comes in the standard, you know, packaging. And that's another thing. I don't buy Fewture products that don't come in the manufacturer packaging either. It just lets me rest assured that I'm not getting anything used, returned, you know, that kind of stuff. Factory sealed. So, alright. Unlike the rest of the Fewture models boxes that I've had, this one actually has a more reddish tint to it. Alright. So just make sure that it's in camera and focus, all that good stuff. Alright. See the character on the front. His faceplate comes off, so you have the skeletal half as well as the covered. Alright, Getter 1 robot with Eagle. On the side, this one actually has writing, as well as on the other side. Okay. Back, nothing. Bottom, you know, just that warning stuff. This is a sleeve, so taking this out here. See what we have on the inside. Okay. And it looks like it just shows the open chest with the core piece. So, kind of excited to open this one up, especially with the opening chest and stuff like that, because I had a lot of problems with my original Getter 1. So, yeah. But anyways, here's the box, and next we'll get into the wing fix, because like I said, I want to do that before we even go ahead and review this figure. Alright, and good news, we actually didn't have to fix the wings. They came correct out of the box. I'm going to check out my spare wing set though, and if I have to do the fix on that, I am going to videotape it in a second video, because for the majority of these wings, I guess they come, you know, malformed, ready to break, things like that. So I want to have something for you guys who it is beneficial to reference as well. So I'll look into that after I'm done filming this video actually. But alright, we are at the out of the box segment. And you can see this comes with a lot of stuff. This is a more high-end, high-priced figure, you know, just as all Fewture Gokin figures are. But this one comes with just a lot of freaking accessories. But anyway, we'll go ahead and knock them out as much as I can. Try to clear up some space here. Alright, first thing it comes with is Eagle here. That is the Getter machine, piloted by Ryoma. Okay. And pardon the lighting. I know the red can kind of lose detail and stuff like that. It's just a problem for cameras in general. But it happens. Now, a problem with mine, it would be the right wing on this toy, is kind of loose when you get it up top here. So I'm going to have to look into that, see how I can unscrew it, and, you know, maybe put some glue around the pivot point or whatever. Figure it out. But, yeah, outside of that, it's a good looking piece. All of this and these two parts are die cast, as well as underneath here. These wings are not. The thrusters, not. But even this piece, for the most part, very die cast. And it has a good amount of options here. On the side here, because this is the machine that becomes the upper part of Getter himself, you can put the 3 blades, which you'll see in Getter's forearms. Or you can just go ahead and pop in the wings like so. Or you could have this like so and attach the big wings in on each side. Alright? So there's that. And one moment here, I'm actually going to put on my gloves. And thank you guys for being patient while I grab those. Definitely almost forgot here, but it's nice to wear these, not risk paint smearing or anything like that, especially under these warm lights. That's the biggest part of it, you know. Not just OCD, but you know, all my photographers and things like that out there, you get it. Okay, so now moving the Get machine out of the way. We've looked at that, and you can see he comes with a variety of stuff. I'm actually gonna put the lights back a little bit so you can just see all this stuff. You know what I mean? Alright, so we'll go down the line here. I'm actually going to get my instructions because the guns have some cool qualities in particular. Alright? So I'll actually start at the middle. You'll see the figure itself here. He does come a little bit bare. You see the skeleton face and things like that, as well as the energy core, which is removable. But you see those because there are parts of him that are taken off. Alright, so for the core piece, first we put in the ab shield there. Just pegs in. And I'll tell you, for whatever reason, it feels awkward finding the pegs. This is the chest part. But once you get them in, or find them, they really go in tight. Which is great. Because one of my biggest problems with the regular Getter 1 model, I have the black version, the Ryoma changing version actually, is that the chest piece just keeps falling out. But this one, not at all. So that's pretty cool. And now, on a face tip, go ahead and put it up here. He has 2 versions of the same face. One with the eyes out, and then one that actually shows his eyes and his pupils. So I'll show you how the one with pupils looks. Just kind of clips on the top and bottom. Okay, you'll see it there. But for me, I'm going to take this off. I actually prefer the one without. There we go. So we're going to use that for the rest of this review. Okay? But as you saw, he does come with both. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom out here. The next thing you're going to see over to the left is the wings. Now these are the big cause of issue for a lot of people, and the fact that they come not necessarily screwed in too tight, but the post that these pivots pivot around are occasionally made too thick. So when you try to turn them and flex the wings like so, they break, which sucks, obviously. Alright, but both of these came okay. You can see I am being timid with it still though. I'm not even going to pretend like mine are impervious to it just because it's working right now. You know, it's nice to have the spare set of wings, but who wants to use them? And I guess one thing to look for is cracks where the different parts of the wing meet. Alright, but let's go ahead and actually get these put onto the figure so you can see how that looks. And while I'm turning, you'll see the posable blades here. And you'll also see Getter 3's face. Really cool stuff. It's well made. Alright? So, just finding an angle, because you can put them at different angles and stuff like that too. And these posts are actually like hexagons. So, that was wrong. That's the thing that stinks with them being hexagons and stuff. You kind of don't know it's wrong until you've put it in there. But you can see it retains, even though it's one of Takusato's reinventions, it still has a lot of very blatant cues to Shin Getter. And I think this one's a lot more close to just the cartoon version, because I think it just fits his imagination a lot more than the other classic designs. This one, just out of the box, and even watching the cartoon and stuff, gonna pose a little bit more straight here, just has that reimagined, really just out there designs cues to it. So I don't really think he needed to reinvent or reimagine much. But you can see this is how they pose and all that good stuff. And go ahead and leave them not so extended. And turn him back around. I think this is going to be the longest out of the box segment ever. Okay, so alright, going back down the line, he does have two guns. Alright, they are the same, as you can blatantly see. Okay, so the way he holds the guns is he has alternate hands that come with a handle built into them, one for each side. So if you want him to hold the hand, that's how it's going to be. And he just pegs in. Okay? Now, the cool thing about the guns is that they have different modes that they can go into. Let me go ahead and actually break out the instructions here, because they have it laid out really well in this sheet. So I'm actually going to put this to the side here, and yeah. Alright, so here's the basic version. Alright. Okay. Actually start to get this out, get this apart. And these are all the different pieces that it can go into. Alright? So, looking at one of them here, you can apparently take this and then you can use it in conjunction with the other gun here. And you can take this and kind of make a double blaster. It's just really hard to line these up. There we go. Line it up there first, then peg it in. That's what the smart people do, not me. Okay? Alright. You can apparently, I don't exactly know how to do this part. There we go. This one's just kind of tough because it slides in, but it's like at an angle, if that makes sense. Alright, there we go. And peg this back in. Alright, now you have a double barrel gun. looking back at the original configuration here. Apparently there's a way to make it, you know what, we're going to bypass that. We're just going to look at the instructions. Alright, zooming in here, you'll see that there's a double barrel, double side barrel, like twin pistons, more of a sniper rifle type, or you could just make a longer sniper rifle there too. It's just cool stuff. The gun has a big variety of configurations, you know. Rather than sit there and watch me fumble through it, we're going to go ahead and move on. Variety of hands here we already went over. The gun hands. Alright, he's got the closed fist, open fist, two open hands. The thumbs are flexible, but the rest of the fingers are not. And then two claw type hands. More of a demon mode style. Yeah, and all the fingers on these are posable at the knuckle. Okay? There you go. Now moving on to his bigger melee weapons. He has this, I'm going to move the camera back, just gigantic scythe. Alright? You can see the scythe itself is as tall as him, as well as the tomahawk or double axe here, which is much taller than him. So, very awesome. And just so you can get an idea of the size of the character, he is 9 3/4 inches tall. So, definitely a big, big boy. And even with the wings not all the way extended, it's about at their least extended actually, he's got a 16-inch wingspan right there. So if you're looking to fit him into a Deltoff or a Detolf, things like that, he's going to be just a beast to make space for. So I'm actually setting up another Detolf for him tonight just to have room for him. And start to get a shelf too. But yeah, just overall cool stuff. But that's what you get in the box. You also get a stand. The stand comes with two lengths of stand. It just clips around his back there. I read on Collection DX that there are chances that these parts that clip in might chip the paint on my character's backside, so I'm not going to do that, but that's how it works. And it's the same type of stand in terms of posability and stuff that we went over with every like Fewture Mazinger figure and stuff like that. So nothing new. And these, the heads of these weapons actually come off. And this is for when the weapons just aren't morphed. You'll have to watch the anime for that. But yeah, just alternate heads for the weapons. Alright, and there's the figure out of the box. He also does come with a little stand there for the weapons to rest on, you know, while they're in his hand. That kind of thing. Something to give him some more stability on the ground without breaking those tips. But okay, on to the figure itself. Alright, since we did so much looking over the accessories and stuff like that in the out of the box section, the looking over the figure itself is going to be really, really quick. We actually looked over the front and the back of the figure, both with and without wings on, but I'll give you a quick rotate here. Alright, now, in terms of posability, we even went over the different heads and everything like that, close up. But head's on a ball joint here, where the neck meets the chest, separate pivot. Shoulders, strong ratcheting. Alright. Definitely has really tight bicep swivel there. Good strong elbow ratchets. Like to the point where I'm having to brace just to move the elbows. So it's good stuff. Alright. Twist at the elbow there. These blades on the side are posable, or under his forearm actually. Alright. Has wrist swivel there. He does have the ability to crunch. It's just a basic ball joint there. Strong ratcheting. Thigh joints. Full direction. Okay. Double jointed knees. Okay. Like I said, just nice strong ratchets. Ball jointed ankles there. Ratcheting front feet. And that's it. No more articulation, even though it looks like it should be able to go front and back as a whole, but it does not. So, great amount of articulation in this piece, especially for being so huge. Now, one thing that's important to me, especially on a pricier figure like this, is the amount of die cast in it. You know, that means a lot, especially when you, like I said, equate it in terms of price. Pretty much all of this figure is die cast. In terms of its body, everything you see here, the white, the red, chest plate, middle plate, all of this is die cast. These knee joints, or these kneecaps, are not. The fist are not. As well as like these plastic, I don't know, like interior, looks like gears and wires and all kinds of stuff. They are not. But like I said, they're very strong ratcheting, whatever. So really strong ratcheting plastic in terms of the inner and the joints, with a really awesome well-painted die cast on the outside. So overall, just solid stuff. And these wings are definitely plastic. But look at the gorgeous paint job on them with the gradient effect and everything like that. Get it all extended here. And you can definitely see that I don't have a problem with the wing posability and stuff. In fact, it's loosened a bit as I've played with it. So, dodged a bullet with that one. Yeah. Alright. And let me zoom in a little bit, just for good measure. And take the lights off of them a bit, because like I said, that red is just not the most fun to sit there and try to film. But yeah, overall, just a good, solid sculpt. Like, Takusadu really outdid himself with this, and it feels like this is the one that, out of the Fewture models that I own, that he's really done the least reimagining with. But at the same time, it's the most impressive. Zoom out again so you can see those huge wingspan. In fact, let me go ahead and measure that, since it's, let's say, about fully extended. I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking in the back of my head how fucked up it'd be if I broke the wings on camera or something like that. But it is about 19 3/4 inches. So, yeah. You can see that this is definitely not a small figure. In fact, let me get a more common figure so you can get an idea of size. Okay. This would be D-Art's Mega Man. And it's a newer one, but I'm about to review them as soon as I'm done with this, so I have them out. That is the Super Robot Gokin Might Gain, which is the average size, you know? So, like I said, 9 3/4 inches, almost 10 inches tall there. This is just a very big, beastly, massive figure. So, definitely imposing in terms of its design, overall sculpt, the amount of die cast, good stuff. Alright, and since I didn't get a chance to put him in any kind of cool pose when I was reviewing the figure itself, here you go. Just showing off some of that increased articulation. Unfortunately, I cannot get his foot to touch the ground in this pose. I don't know why. But it's just one of those things where it kind of is what it is. Definitely not a make it or break it thing. While I just repose them there a little bit. But yeah, overall, just a good, solid figure. Great effort from Fewture, in particular Taco Sato. Yeah, I mean, I can't find much wrong with this. Just great size, great die cast quality. The amount of accessories is insane. But, like I said, when it comes to those accessories, in particular the wings, make sure that you get that second wing set with it. Because every retailer by now should have them, since Fewture has sent them out to everybody. But anyway, this has been another Kuma Style review. I'm TJ Duckett. And in closing, you know, the price on this one varies. I've seen it at $600 some places. I've seen it at $1,000 some places. So I'm not going to tell you what it's worth in terms of monetary value. But no matter what you pay, as long as you're paying a price that, you know, you feel is worth it to you, you're going to get a solid figure that you're going to love and not want to resell. This is highly recommended. Alright, see you guys next review.